Hello, dear YOGATXers. Thank you for being here with me to practice today. My name is Echo, and in the spirit of the month's theme around full body flows and the interjection of yogic philosophy and really feeling into more of like the essence, the hridaya, the heart of the yogic teachings. Today's practice is on really just stepping into like full embodiment, full empowerment. And we get into our ojas or the tejas in yogic philosophy, as we call them, the fire, the tapas of our practice. And the fire, really gets connected a lot with the solar plexus, into Manipura chakra, into the internal fire of the individual as we walk the spiritual path. And what I want to touch on here, as yoga is in its renaissance, it's really in its renaissance here, and so many people are stepping into it to find healing and to step into something bigger than themselves. There can be a interjection here of this guru culture of comparing ourselves to those that are deeper on the spiritual path, or that can do the physical postures in deeper ways than we can do what we see in all of the books. And what I want to encourage here is your empowerment, tapping into your tapas, tapping into your rights as the teacher of your own experience, as the, captain of your own ship, of the curator of your own art. And so as we move through this full body flow today, I encourage you to get creative and to play. And in spirit of that, I've worn my MC Hammer pants, like my Bam Bam pants, which you'll see soon. And also, I've brought some instruments, and who knows if they'll get played, but they're here for inspiration. So I have my kalimba with me, my flute, and my shaker. And I'm sharing, a part of my internal world with you. And I hope that you share a part of your internal world with the world as well, but also with yourself. So do your best to not step into this following position of this is what Echo says to do and this is what the teacher says to do. But create, as you're on the mat, create. You're in your own home or wherever you might be practicing. And this is your own unique experience. You've chosen this time for yourself. So be free, my friends. Be free. So that being said, let's start standing so that you can see my awesome MC Hammer pants. And let's take the feet wide. Let the arms hang. You can let the shoulders shake a little bit. And not too wide. Slight bend in the knees, hands alongside the body. Just arriving on the mat, grounding down through the feet into the earth. Almost visualizing roots growing from your feet down into the earth beneath you. And inhale, reach the arms up. So our power stance of the morning, afternoon, or evening. Shoulders down the back. Be strong here. If you want to open the eyes, you can, or you can keep them closed. Nice and strong. Let the arms bring some heat into them, the palms shining towards each other. Our yogic power stance of building that inner fire, the tapas, coming into Manipura chakra, the solar plexus. I am here. I have the right to be here. I am supported by the earth beneath me. I am empowered. I am my own leader. 2 more breaths here. Hands down through heart center, head to heart. And just taking a moment here before we get into this full body flow to have an intention for your practice. What areas of your life do you disempower yourself? What areas are you not in connection to your tapas? This is your one unique life. So sing loudly, use your voice, speak your truth in a loving way. You have the right to be here. Let's open the eyes. Take the feet out wide. Toes tracking towards the front of the mat and the back. Sink down into the hips. Hands to the knees. Make sure you're not just dumping into the arms here, but there's some strength in the core. And we're just going to move from side to side. And disfruta El ruedo de mi casa. So enjoy the sounds of my house. I live in community with lots of vibrant energy and lots of empowered voices. So you might hear some Italian and some Swiss and monkeys and birds, whatever it may be. Let's come into stillness. Dip the right shoulder into the center. Look over the left shoulder. And again, you can sway a little bit side to side. And we're just getting right into it in the practice today. So we're opening the hips. We're opening that center of emotions, letting it out. And focus on the breath always. Inhalations through the nostrils, exhalations through the nostrils. Move through center, left shoulder in. Look over the right shoulder. Move from side to side. Where can I empower myself more? Where can I find that tapas, that drive, that power more? Come through center. Come up to standing and pigeon toe the feet in. Slight bend in the knees, hands to the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, slowly let the chest travel forward and down. The knees bend in, the hips back, hands to the earth. Folding in. Take your hands down. If you need to bring the earth closer to you, use cushions, use any props that are necessary, but we're getting nice and long through the back line here. For those of you that are really flexible, you might need to shorten your stance so that your head can come down lower. And those of you that are really tight might need to widen your stance to get a little bit more opening in the hips and get the head closer to the ground. So again, empower yourselves. Find those tapas. How do I allow this position to invite me into my fullest expression of sensation? Not how do I look like Echo or all the other yogis I see online. Doesn't matter. Unless you have really cool MC Hammer pants and you want to be my gemela or gemelo, my twin. Let's bring the hands to the lower back. Make a little fist. And if you can't get a hold of the hands because your shoulders are tight, take a strap or take a t-shirt here. And then you're going to let the fist fall back behind you. So if ever you need to pause me, this is the beauty of online education. You can just be like, Echo, wait, and I'll do as you command. And let the weight sink back more into the heels so the toes don't really have much pressure in them. The metatarsals, the toes are quite free. Let's bring the hands down to the earth. Keep the right hand planted. Keep your hips square. Inhale, stretch the right or the left arm up, sorry. Open towards the left side. Bring the left hand down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Really press through the left hand. Keep the chest lifted. And come back down. Inhale, come up halfway. Hands to the hips and press all the way up to standing. Very good. Let's step to the front of the mat. Feet together. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, hands to heart. Move slowly, no rush here. Slow down. Inhale up. And exhale to the heart. So we're going to move through Surya Namaskar A to get into some more dynamic movement. Heat the body. Inhale up. Exhale, fold down. It's breakfast time. I can hear Manolo in the kitchen. One of the Italian kids here. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank position, pause here. Slight rounding of the upper back, so lengthening into the trapezius and the rhomboids, belly in, take an inhale. Exhale, drop to the knees, let the chest come through the hands, look forward on the chin. Inhale, slide onto the belly, open the heart space, create space in the lower back by pulling forward. Exhale, hips to heels, tuck the toes, press back, downward facing dog. If ever you need to sigh out any tension in the body, use the exhale to just land. You can even hum Let's take an inhale. Exhale, step or float forward to the hands. Inhale, come up halfway, hands to shins, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up, slight back bend. Exhale, hands to heart. Hands alongside the body, samastiti. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bow down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to a plank position. This time, bend the elbows in by the ribs, come down halfway. Inhale forward to the tops of the feet, open the chest. Upward facing dog. Exhale, use your core, draw the hips back slowly as you tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog, so no rush. And the slower we go, the faster we get there, meaning the faster we get to really full embodiment. We're not rushing. Tuning into the subtleties of the body. Let's take an inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float forward. Inhale up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up, slight back bend. You can hook the thumbs. Hands to heart center. Samastiti. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow to the earth. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Either knees and chest or lower halfway into that half plank. Inhale for your back bend. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, this time lift the right leg up behind you. Keep it here. Press the left heel into the earth, palms into the earth. Take an inhale. Exhale, step the right foot forward, place the left heel down about 45 degrees. And hips are square, so pull the right hip back, reach the arms up. Coming into Virabhadrasana 1. So this is one of the harder positions to do. We want both hips to face forward, so if you need to widen your stance, do so. Relax the shoulders down the back, create space from the ears and shoulders. Sink into that right knee, and we stay here, building that tapas, that fire. Take an inhale. Hands to the lower back, make that fist. If you need a strap, take it. Fold in to the inside of the right knee, head towards the earth, humble warrior. So when we build our heat and our fire, it's also important that we stay humble. We do listen to what the world has to offer us, but we discern what's best for us. And we're also empathetic to others' input. So let this be a posture of humbling yourself where you could be more humble, as we all can. Inhale, lift up, stretch the arms up. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step back to plank, lower to knees and chest, or chaturanga, elbows in by the ribs. Inhale forward for cobra or upward facing dog. Thighs are lifted and upward facing. And exhale, slowly tuck the toes back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Pause here. Press the right heel down, hands to the earth. Inhale. Exhale, step the left foot through, right heel spins down 45 degrees, nice and wide. Pull the left hip back, right hip forward, reach up. Sink into the left knee, relax the shoulders, pull the ribs in. So I know for me, this is something I always have to work with, is pulling my ribs in. So I could be a poor example at times for this, so make sure you're pulling the ribs in, opening the chest. For those of us with scoliosis, this is tough. It's a physiological thing that I work on every single day. Slight tucking into the tailbone as well. Sink into that left knee and try to smile as you breathe. Each breath cycle coming in and out of the nostrils. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the lower back. Take a bind. Fold in to the inside of the left knee. Humbling yourself down to Pachamama, Mother Earth, Madre Tierra. Take an inhale, lift up, reach up. Exhale, hands to the earth, step back to plank. Lower halfway or to knees and chest. Inhale, cobra or Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And exhale, downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, step or float forward. Inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up. And exhale, hands alongside the body. Let's take a moment to just ground. Tadasana, Samastiti. Earth beneath, sky below. Close the eyes. Little kalimba interlude. Grounding in, feeling supported by the earth beneath you, nourished by the breath within. If you want to lift the arms up like you did before in that power stance at the beginning of practice, you can. But just be. Just here for 5 more rounds of breath. Calm, breathing in. I am aware that I am breathing in. Breathing out, I am aware that I am breathing out. Full belly expansion breaths, taking in all that nourishing breath up through the rib cage, across the chest. Last breath cycle. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Switch the weight over to the left foot. Pull the right knee into the chest. Wrap the right leg around the left. Stretch the arms up. Pull the right arm underneath the left arm. Garudasana, eagle pose. Elbows in line with the shoulders, belly in. Focus. And if your right foot doesn't wrap around your left calf, that's completely fine. It can just be off to the side. And if this is really hard for the shoulders, just stack the forearms on top of each other. This is your world. This is your fire, so build it how you may. Take an inhale. Exhale, unwind, send the right leg back behind you, arms alongside the body. Whoop. If you fall out, you come back in. And maybe stretching the arms out in front of you. Warrior 3, Virabhadrasana 3. Arms can be out like airplane or at heart center. So those of us that have some really tight shoulders, this could be really challenging. You can use a block on the ground as well or a couch cushion. So lots of variations. Hands to the earth or a block. And we're going to stack the right hip on top of the left. Stretch the right arm up, coming into half moon pose. This is challenging, so if you need to pause and get a strap, or not a strap, get a bolster or a prop to bring the left hand onto, go for it. If you want to play with lifting the left hand away from the earth, you can. Take an inhale. And exhale, come back up to standing, right foot by the left. Hands alongside the body. Shake it out. Lots of balancing here. It works different muscles and different mental constructs. Inhale, reach up. Shift the weight to the right leg. Wrap the left leg around the right. Sink in. Choose your arms. If you're twisting, left arm underneath the right, or taking a hold of opposite elbows, forearms stacked in front of you. Find your focal point forward on the forearms. Keep the knees aligning towards the front of your mat, towards the front of the room, towards the front of the palapa for me, or to the pond. I get to look at the pond now, which I'm going to swim in after this. I'm so hot. Take an inhale. Exhale, unwind, send the left leg back. Micro bend in that right knee, stay lifted. Keep the upper body parallel with the front of the mat, or with the top of the mat. Stretch the arms out in front of you. Sometimes I have no words. So choose your arm variation that serves you best. But we're playing with our balance. So full body flows. We lengthen, we strengthen, we activate, we fly. Hands to heart center. Slowly come up to standing. Reach the arms up. And exhale, hands down alongside the body. Very good. Come onto the tiptoes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees. Slowly come down to a seat. Rock down onto the sit bones. Navasana. Boat pose. Bend the knees. Arms alongside the body. Shoulders back, belly engaged. Find a focal point forward. You can look at me and think, Echo, I'm really mad at you for making me do this. But your body is saying, thank you, my core. Thank you, my beautiful core. Core is everything when it comes to yoga. Let's take an inhale. Exhale, hands to the shins, and come down onto the back. Good work. So knees into the chest, rocking from side to side. Sigh it out. You are going to need something to prop the hips up. I have a block. If you have couch cushions, if you have encyclopedias, something that has some density to it so that your hips can lift, pause the video and grab it. We're going to set the feet down. On an inhale, press through the heels, lift the hips, and bring the block long ways underneath the sacrum or your couch cushion, whatever it might be. This might be enough for you. You'll feel the psoas, the hip reflexors. What? No, hip flexors. I can't speak this morning, guys. So you'll feel the hip flexors lengthen, and maybe you want to straighten the legs out. Maybe you'll want to straighten the arms back behind you. Psoas stretch. So most of us have very tight psoases. This long, thin muscle that comes down from the quadriceps into the core. Then we're just finding some opening here. And if you have any lower back pain, let this be lower or bend the knees, because we want to take care of our lower lumbar. So empower yourself to make decisions for yourself that are best. And if you're not able to fully breathe in and fully breathe out, do less in this posture. Bend the knees, bring the arms alongside you. Find something lower for the hips. Don't force yourself too quickly. The foreplay of the posture, go very slowly and lightly into these poses. Very slowly bend the knees, bring the arms alongside the body. You can lower whatever you have, and we're going to just stretch the legs up. So if your hips are really high, I encourage you just to remove your prop and just lengthen the legs up, arms alongside your body. Your hips don't have to be elevated. I'm elevating mine because I have this nice little juicy block. And we're just inverting. So we're allowing the blood flow to move from the feet down into the vital organs, kind of like a bath, nourishing our organs and fresh blood. And inversions are beautiful to do every day. I like to begin my day with inversions and end them with inversions, 5 minutes apiece. It's good to change the perspective even of the physiological body. So just the same way we have mental constructs of how we see the world, we have habitual patterns in the body. And so when we change ways and we flip around and we play, we expand our world, our physical world. We're able to grow and experience more. Just as when we drop mental constructs, there's more spaciousness in the mind for goodness to flow in and also challenge to flow in, but resilience and capacity to hold that challenge, hold that goodness. Very slowly bring the feet down to the earth. Remove your block. Take a mini Shavasana. And I'm going to leave you in Shavasana for the next few minutes, and you'll hear my voice in the practice. But I encourage you just to stay long after my voice is gone. Let the shoulders relax, starfish out, take up space. And close the eyes, let a smile come across the face. So remind yourself each day, what can you do to empower your choices, making decisions from a higher state of self within. So dropping stories, dropping what you need to be or what you should be. And really tuning into what are your desires? What do you want in this one little life? How can you move closer to bringing that to life? The dogs are saying they want to chase a car. That's what makes them happy. But I encourage you to stay here for some time. Feel grounded and supported. I'm sending so much love to you on your journey. We are all in this together. And at any point you want to connect, you know where to find me down below. In person, online. I'm here, you are there. Use those tapas, use that fire to find the story that you want to tell. Namaste, dear yogis.